Howdy y'all, welcome to another video. Hope you've been blessed. We are talking about outfitting the Tundra with all the recovery gear now that we've come to the winter season. The winter season for me includes snow wheeling, some off-roading, camping and whatnot, and mostly duck hunting. So I mean that can lead us to a lot of different places in the valley that may be wet or whatnot. Speaking of, got my CAWA shirt on here. This video is brought to you by Scrubblades. Let's talk about it. So Scrubblades is the next evolution in wiper blades is the best way to put it. They make a super high quality wiper blade that is a full replacement for the one that is currently on your vehicle. And the way it works is there is a textured part on the rubber part that allows the blade to scrub your windshield. So often when you get bugs or other debris on your windshield, it takes a lot of cleaning solution to get that off. And what that cleaning solution does is softens what is on the blade or on the windshield itself enough that the normal blade can take it off. But with this texture section, it actually helps quite a bit. So what does that look like in a real world scenario? Check it out. Got a set of green ones in here, and you can see the texture on the blade. And what that's going to do is like marks like this and just bugs in general that land on the windshield and get die basically, is the blade will rotate and scrub the windshield, and that's what takes the stuff off. So I got a set of two. These are 24-inch for the Tundra. We got a set on the Subaru also. And so we're gonna go ahead and get these installed now that the winter season is here. So they're super nice, super high quality, just like any other wiper blade that you would find on the market. It comes with all the fittings and brackets and everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No frills, no crazy catch or anything. It's just a really high quality wiper blade for a decent price. So I'll go ahead and have these in the link in the description below if you want to pick up a set. And they do make different colors. So this is red. We had set of green ones on the Subaru. And so what's kind of cool is you don't see the color from the outside of the windshield, but when you hit your windshield wipers on the inside, you get that flash of color. It's just a cool little feature. They also do make black. I do have to mention, this is important to mention. So part of me getting these for Scrubblades is I did ask, why don't they make them refillable? It was also really, Toyota makes theirs refillable, and then I was wondering why these ones aren't refillable. And the way Scrubblades explained it is that when you make them refillable, the actual arm starts to break down in the sunlight and loses its tension. And when that starts to happen, you lose your even pressure across the windshield. So by the time that these are ready to replace, and I can vouch for this even with the Toyota ones, that the pressure isn't all that good and you should just replace the whole thing in general. And I can agree with that. So, Scrubblades, pick up a set. Okay, so while we stand here and enjoy this process here, let's talk about what we are going to be loading up in the Tundra. These are actually still, these are in decent condition. So, I've never had wiper blades of this style before, so let me show you how to do this for a Tundra here. So you're going to need your bag of accessories here. So it flexes out. If you guys know how to do this, feel free to skip this part, but you know, just kind of never had to use this bag of accessories before. So you're going to need this one, and then you're going to need this one with the little wings that pop out. So just pop out the little wings, just like that. Okay. On the windshield wiper itself, you're going to flip the tab open. You are going to drag this part up. There's going to be a little tab right here. You're going to go ahead and pull that tab up and then pop out the center section. From there, you're going to go flip it over. There's going to be two tabs right here in the center. Pinch those, and the center section is going to come out. There you go, just like that. So now you're going to take your other center section, which is this one, pop it in. Let's see here. And then you're going to take your wings, snap that into there, and then close them. And that's it. Ready to install on the vehicle. Okay, so it's quite dark. Let's diffuse that a little bit. The lights in the Tundra stock absolutely are horrific. They are practically useless, so they're not as bad as the, I mean, the Tacoma was way better than this. This thing sucks. So I have some ambient lighting here going so you can see what we're working on. So we're going to start with the front seat. What do I carry at my arm's reach here? Let me go ahead and put my sunglasses where they belong. And this is just what's in my arm's reach in the front of the truck at any given moment that I can reach to. First, let's start it with this thing. If anyone knows what this is, let me know in the comments. I have no idea what it's for. It was in my glove box. Okay, so first off is I have a MagSafe charger. I mean, I think it's well aware that the charger inside of the Tundra sucks. So I use a MagSafe charger here on the front. On my left-hand side here, there's actually a lot of space. So on my left-hand side, nothing down there currently other than bear spray. I pretty much will always carry bear spray with me. I like carry a couple bottles of it. So I carry a bottle when I'm hunting for mountain lions and bears, and I carry a set in the truck. You know, if someone wants to mess with me, I always go for non-lethal, and I put bear spray right there. Next here is the center console. So the center console here, the center section does slide back first. And then here immediately is I have my, what is this? A Olight Warrior X Turbo. So really strong flashlight, really good. It's really a spotlight beam, but this makes it really good when you're on the trails at night to be able to really see down a trail when you're trying to figure out where to go. Next here in the center console itself here, let's go over what I keep on hand relatively available. I keep a Baofeng radio. This is going to be a ham radio, and I have the chargers for this. Next is I carry a Baofeng GMRS. So I do carry both, because technically you're not supposed to use this on GMRS, even though it's programmed to. And then I carry an actual GMRS. So the ham, I normally keep these around because I do have a printout of all the emergency channels for whatever area I am in. And I am able to hit the emergency repeaters if I need to off of this. If for whatever reason we don't have cell signal. Same thing, carry the GMRS. I mainly use this one to communicate with friends. These Baofeng radios, the green one specifically, I think this is the new UV5R or something along those lines. But this thing, when you get two of these, this is the Baofeng GM15 Pro. You can get these in a 2-pack for like $70. The quality when you're talking to someone, absolutely insane. 10 out of 10 recommend these. Next here, quickly moving along, is I have my pouch here. In this pouch, I carry some just miscellaneous stuff, mosquito head wraps, a Leatherman multi-tool, bug spray, and then just chargers. All the chargers you can imagine: Type-C, Lightning, 30-pin, USB-C, USB-A, an extra 12-volt plug. They all live in this bag. At any given time, I can go into this bag and get what I need out of here. And then to top it all off here is I carry an Oxido jump box. I surprisingly don't ever have to jump myself, but I do find myself jumping other people quite often. So Oxido jump box, this one doesn't have the inflator built in. This is just a normal jump box. But what's cool about this one is this one does have USB-C with PD equipment. So I am actually able to run things like my laptop off of this battery. So this makes it super handy when I have a laptop with me and I'm just working away from the office and, you know, like I need to charge a laptop, don't want to idle the truck to charge. I do have this battery as an option. So this lives in here in this pouch also, and it makes it super convenient. So that's what lives in the center console. Okay, from here, let's take a look at the back seat. So the back seat isn't really something I've explored too much here. I've only sat back here once or twice. And I do know that the recovery gear does live on the other side. So that's where the stuff to change your spare tire is. I do have a full toolkit over here. And this truck is outfitted with the JBL system. So the subwoofer lives behind the seat. So I don't really have a ton of space back there. Under the seats is where a bulk of the space is. So we have a cargo net here. And then a literal ton down here of room. So I don't have anything down here yet. And this is the part that I need to figure out. So I definitely, and now looking at this, I have enough room for both of my recovery straps. So I'm going to get this section loaded up and we will touch on that after I get everything in here. I might even try to fit an air compressor. We'll see. Okay, so let's wrap this up on what we're keeping under the back seat. So I'm taking out the base here to my car seat for my son, who's just born, and then we can get access to the bottom seat so we can kind of see what we're carrying 24/7 in the back of the rig. So with anything, this setup is going to grow and evolve, especially as you become more prepared or as your needs change. So this is just what currently I'm carrying. So here on the passenger side of the truck here, keeping it very simple, we literally have just a Milwaukee bag with roller cam straps in it. This is just for quick tie down and stuff like that. It's easier to keep these in the truck and have them when I need them than to put them in and out whenever I actually go load stuff. So I love those roller cam buckles. If you haven't seen them here, just so you can see, the roller cam buckles are super nice. If I can get one out of this mess here, because what they did is they added a ball bearing to the pull strap there. So when you pull it, it's just like a normal cam tab. When you pull it, you get just a little bit more tension on it and it doesn't come loose. So this is a roller cam buckle here. I'll throw a link in the description for those so you can check them out. Okay, so quickly moving behind the rear passenger seat here, this is still one of the parts that I'm building out. The space back here is very odd to work with because the jack is stored and some of the tools to change the tires are stored back here. But back here I have just a med kit. This is a pure trauma kit. So there is what was it, gauze, stop, chest seals, the tourniquets and all that, as well as instructions on how to use this. This is by far, this is like gunshot wound ready. That's what I carry back here. And then I also carry regular medical. So this is just band-aids and anti-sanitary wipes, and then this is just non-stick pads and stuff like that. I vacuum seal all these, one to keep them waterproof, and also any moisture like inside the alcohol wipes and stuff stays sealed inside of them. They just last a little bit longer, and you kind of get to forget about them when they're back there. Okay, on the driver's side of the truck, this is the 60 split side. We can pick up this here, and this is where we are keeping a bulk of the recovery gear here. So we'll start here on the right side. In this just little drawstring bag, I have a set of glue threads. Link in the description. This is to repair a sidewall if you ever need to. In here, I have a tire puncture kit. These are just the ones from Harbor Freight. I just keep those on hand. And then also on top of that, I have a winch line protector, and then a winch line extension. So there's another 100 foot of winch line in here. I don't have a winch on the truck yet, but you can always use more and more rope. So that's why I had the winch that I have for this truck has a new line on it, but I always take the old line and hold on to it as an extension. Realistically, what I figured is I like to carry 100 feet on the truck and then another 100 feet under the deck. Here, I mean, realistically, it would be nice to carry even closer to around 200 feet of winch line, just to be able to double back and snatch block to yourself is amazing. Okay, so deeper in here, we have two main kits here. As we have a DeWalt toolkit in a tool roll, so we can go into this a little bit deeper, but it's a DeWalt automotive toolkit, just the mobile one you can get from Home Depot, and I put it in a roll so it packs down nicely. I also made some modifications to it, added some stuff that's not in the normal kit, as well as added zip ties and duct tape and super glue and stuff like that. Anything you can imagine, I tried to do that. In here, this is the bag that you're gonna grab for the most. So this is full of soft shackles. I'm carrying like 10 or 12 soft shackles. I make them out of old winch line, so those are always good to have. And then as well as a Sandy Cat's kinetic rope is in here. That's nice to grab for recovery. And then in here also is we have the snatch blocks. So we have the synthetic rope snatch blocks, some pins, and then we also have the rear hitch blocks are also stored in here. So this is going to be my main recovery box here. So when I need to grab something to recover, this is going to be what I grab for first, because it has all the recovery kit in it. So I have stuff to fix stuff to recover, and then additional stuff to get myself out to self-recover. So this part kind of sucks. This is a limited model, so it does have the JBL kit in the back here. So this is a subwoofer behind the rear seat, and I lose a bulk of the space here. But you can clearly see there's space still right here in the center part that I've yet to utilize, and I don't know how I'm going to use it because, like I said, that space is so awkward to work with. So that's what I'm carrying currently behind the rear seat. And let's go ahead and just touch on what's in the bed, which is nothing. So you can clearly see here in the rear bed of the truck, there's nothing, really. I keep one roller cam strap back here just to have anything pinch against the back of the tailgate when I need it. And then other than that, it's pretty empty. Now, we are working on a project where I need to mount my compressor back here. And to do that, I have to do full 12 volt service, 100 amp to this back bed area. So we're gonna show you how to do that. It's gonna be pretty awesome. But yeah, there's nothing back here. So not carrying any additional recovery kit. It would be kind of cool to get something that goes along the back wall, but I just don't think I need it. It's kind of not needed at the moment for this current build. Okay, so this is some of the stuff we're working on next to wrap up this video. We have a Moreflate 10.6 Pro. That's the compressor that's going to be mounted in the bed. Some people make bed rail mounts for them, and they're just not, one, they look okay. Two, they're really expensive for what they are. So I've been messing with the 3D printer and stuff like that, trying to figure out what I want to do. Next, we have the Dakota Lithium 320 ampere 12 volt battery. This is a dual purpose battery. These are very expensive. I'm lucky to have one. So we're gonna swap this into the engine bay. This is gonna give us 320 amp hours to run the truck, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm super into electronics. So this is gonna be 12 volt, 320 amp hour. I'm gonna do a 1000 amp hour or 1000 amp Victron shunt on top of that. So we'll be able to monitor how much power the whole truck is using as a whole, including to run the cab and everything. And then we're gonna leave this in the engine bay to be able to see or be able to run fridges and the camper and everything off of this. The camper part is gonna be a little bit modular compared to what we have now. So that way we can swap campers out and have the battery system be built into the truck. So I even thought about installing this behind the rear seat, but to be able to get the amount of charge we want to put to behind the rear seat, it's gonna be quite a bit. And also running cables in the cab is not the most elegant thing to do. So we have a ton of other stuff that we're doing. I'm picking my way through it and diesel heaters to talk about and everything. I've been doing this for quite a long time, so I know a lot. I know a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I'm purely building this channel of documentation to share what's up here out with with everyone. It's kind of cool to be able to. I just sent out my first link. Someone was asking how to fit 35s on a Tundra, and I just sent them the link on the video I did with no lift. So super fun to do. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. Just knows that the feedback is working. Thanks. Bye.